What is a miracle, Vincent?
Act of God.
And what's an act of God?
When God makes the impossible possible. But this morning, I don't think it qualifies.
Hey, Vincent, don't you see that shit don't matter? You're judging this shit the wrong way. I mean, it could be God stopped the bullets, or he changed Coke to Pepsi, he found my f***ing car keys. You don't judge shit like this based on merit. Now, whether or not what we experienced was an according to Hoyle miracle is insignificant. But what is significant is I felt the touch of God. God got involved.
Apotheosis. According to the dictionary, apotheosis means that a person has been elevated to godhood. This isn't what happens to most heroes in most modern stories, not literally. Usually, the hero catches just a glimpse of a higher plane of understanding, or feels a touch of divine inspiration.
Look. It's magnificent. It's God. And it'll carry us over every stone, I swear. I swear it to you.
This allows him to unlock a higher level of ability or understanding. By this point, the hero has been pushed beyond his limits during the atonement stage.
For 4 days, I've been busting my ass. I haven't learned a goddamn thing.
You learned plenty.
I learned plenty. I learned how to sand your decks, maybe. I wax your car, paint your house, paint your fence. I learned plenty, right?
Not everything is as seems.
Oh, bullshit. I'm going home, man.
Daniel-san.
So he's primed now. He's ready to realize the truth.
Axe on. Axe off. Ush.
Not just that he's losing the game, not just that he's been using the wrong strategy, but he's playing the wrong game. But Nietzsche was right. If it doesn't kill you, then you realize something. Campbell says, therewith, the two apparently opposite mythological adventures come together. The meeting with the goddess.
You look like a good show.
And the atonement with the father. Okay, what does that mean? It means if you've ever noticed that getting what you wanted ended up making things worse, while some consequence you were afraid of turned out to be exactly what you needed, you've experienced a textbook case of apotheosis. In both cases, you asked yourself, how could I have been so wrong? And the answer you found led you to a higher truth about yourself that you didn't know before.
I am going to kill this man.
As usual, the hero can succeed or fail.
You still have a choice. The others never saw that future. You still have a choice.
Leo Crow? Who the hell are you?
And an apotheosis can be positive or negative. Let's start with a successful apotheosis. In Star Wars, we get a double dose of divine intervention. First, after having been dragged underwater and nearly smashed in the trash compactor, Luke Skywalker makes contact with the Force, in the wild, on his own for the first time, when he swings across the chasm on the Death Star. This is definitely not something Luke could have done when the story started. Then, after Luke crosses the chasm, he arrives at the hangar in time to see the duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. Here we get an actual apotheosis, when Obi-Wan sacrifices himself and becomes one with the living Force.
Run, Luke, run!
Apotheoses aren't always so literal, and they're not always positive. Joker gives us an example of a hero who has a dark revelation that leads him deeper into madness. After confronting Thomas Wayne, a very literal atonement with the father, Arthur Fleck gets access to his mother's psychiatric history, which corroborates what Thomas Wayne told him.
Look, pal, I'm not your father. What's wrong with you?
The missing puzzle piece is only one part of Arthur's apotheosis. Afterward, he visits his mother in the hospital and tells her his real revelation.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a f***ing comedy.
You'll notice that Arthur is also now able to do something he wasn't able to do at the beginning of the story: leave his mother. Joker presents the tragedy of a villain having a dark revelation. On the flip side of that coin, you have No Country for Old Men, which presents the tragedy of a hero who misses his chance to have a positive revelation. In this case, Sheriff Ed Tom Bell is trying to track down Llewellyn Moss, a local man who stumbled upon a bag of drug money and runs off with it, before anyone less scrupulous finds him first. So he meets with Moss's wife, Carla Jean, hoping she'll help him. But she's confident Llewellyn doesn't need any help. Sheriff Bell tries to convince her otherwise by telling her a story that almost leads him to an important realization about Anton Chigurh, the killer that's hunting Moss.
Of course, they slaughter steers a lot different these days. Use an air gun. Shoots out a little rod about that far into the brain, sucks right back in, animal never knows what hit him.
Why are you telling me that, Sheriff?
I don't know. My mind wanders.
We already know that Chigurh uses an air gun to kill people. And that Bell, technically, he already has all the forensic evidence he needs to make this connection. But he doesn't. This very conspicuous near miss embodies one of the story's central themes. The world is always changing, and sooner or later it will outpace your ability to keep up with it and pass you by.
But I think once you quit hearing sir and ma'am, the rest is soon to follow.
Oh, it's the tide. It's the dismal tide. It is not the one thing.
Not the one thing.
The Prestige provides a great example of a negative apotheosis that doesn't go the way the hero had hoped. Robert Angier is a magician obsessed with discovering how his rival, Alfred Borden, performs his teleportation trick. He's already stolen Borden's encrypted journal, but he can't translate it without the keyword. He kidnaps Borden's assistant and holds him for ransom. When he gets the keyword, it leads Angier to the inventor, Nikola Tesla. Angier hires Tesla to build a device like the one he thinks Tesla built for Borden. But before the device is even complete, Angier discovers that the journal was a red herring, meant to send him on a wild goose chase.
And yes, Tesla is merely the key to my diary, not to my trick. Did you really think I'd part with my secret so easily after so much? Goodbye, Angier. May you find solace for your thwarted ambition back in your American home.
His unearned knowledge evaporates before his eyes. Finally, let's go back to Pulp Fiction to see a positive example of what can happen when divine intervention comes early. Jules Winfield is a hitman on a routine assignment when a man leaps into the room, opens fire from point-blank range with a hand cannon, and misses, miraculously, with all 6 shots. Jules leaps straight from his ordinary world, just another day at the office, directly to Apotheosis.
We should be dead, man.
Vincent, on the other hand, refuses to even recognize the event as a call to adventure.
All right, it was a miracle. Can we go now?
By the time they're on the road, Jules has decided to quit being a hitman.
Look, you want to play blind man, go walk with a shepherd. But me, my eyes are wide open.
What the does that mean?
I mean, that's it for me. From here on in, you can consider my ass retired.
Jesus Christ.
Don't blaspheme.
God damn it,
I said don't do that.
Hey, you know, you're fucking freaking out on us.
Look, I'm telling Marcellus today. I'm through.
But why don't you tell him at the same time why?
Don't worry, I will.
Yeah, and I'll bet you $10,000 he'll ask his ass off.
I don't give a damn if he does.
Jules does not waver. Vincent's objections bounce right off him. If you've seen Pulp Fiction, you know that Jules faces 2 more ordeals before leaving the story: the Bonnie situation and the encounter with Pumpkin and Honey Bunny. And you can make a strong case that these sequences mostly follow the stages of the hero's journey that come after Apotheosis. But we'll save that for a complete breakdown of Pulp Fiction. Once the hero has experienced some kind of divine intervention or Eureka moment, he's finally able to unlock the real solution to his problem.
What does this guy do? He covets. How do we first start to covet? We covet what we see every day. God damn, Clarice. You know it.
Depending on the nature of his apotheosis, he might be able to reach out and take it, or it might require another massive effort. Whatever form it takes, this stage is called the ultimate boon.
I mean, have you got like a description, fingerprints, anything like that?